Hello everybody, friends and family. This video is a tribute to Vernon Gomillion and Martha Jo Gomillion. I was very close to my grandfather, and the fact that he's gone is really hard to bear. I am 8 hours away from my hometown, and I cannot make it to the funeral because I don't have the funds to get there, and the timing is off. I really wish I could be there at the funeral, but right now it just doesn't seem probable for me. I loved my grandpa very much. He always talked about how he loved his grandchildren. There was me, there was Hunter, there was Joseph, there was Rachel, there was Hayden, there was Jason, there was Mike. He loved us all. And now that he's gone, we have to take all the lessons that he taught us and keep them alive. Grandpa was one of the best men I've ever known. He was never mean to anybody. He cared about his children, his grandchildren, his friends, his family. Always tried to go and see them. When I lived back in Alabama, he was always there for me. My dad wasn't around as much as he wanted to be, so I went to Grandpa for all male advice. When me and Hunter were growing up, we used to go over there every morning just to eat breakfast with Grandpa. We loved to just go over there, watch some TV, and sit there with our grandmother and our grandfather. I love them very much. And it's, even though it's hard, that I will not see them again until my time comes to meet our Maker. I know He would want me to be strong for Him. And another bright side is that Grandma is up in heaven taking care of him, and he's taking care of her now. My grandfather passed away while being life-flighted to Dothan Hospital. They weren't gone from Andalusia Hospital for maybe 2 minutes, and then his heart rate dropped. I had got a call earlier that night from my brother saying that Grandpa had been taken away on an ambulance. And me, how I always am, I feared the worst. When I got the call from my brother, him telling me Grandfather had passed away, I just lost it. I couldn't believe that with Grandma being gone that the Lord would take my grandfather too. It had not even a full 2 years yet since Grandma was taken. She was always caring. She always concerned about me and Hunter in school. She always looked forward to seeing her other grandchildren. And we all loved going over to visit her. I lived right across the yard from her for years. So I really got to know them. There are a lot of children who are not as close with their grandparents as me and all my family were. Grandpa was the type of person that you could go to when you needed help. He always did the best he could to make sure everybody had what they needed. If that meant he would have to go without, he would go without just so he could give what little he could to help all of us. Grandpa was a very well-liked man. He was very unique, you could say. Never a bad thing done, ever. He was always making jokes at me and Hunter about getting our hair cut. I always used to tell him, no, I like my hair the way it is. And I said, but if it'll make you happy, I'll get it shaved a little bit. He always gave what little he had for me and Hunter. Hunter was over there almost every Saturday morning, just waiting to watch TV and maybe eat some of Grandpa's scrambled eggs. Grandpa and Grandma are what pushed me through high school. They were always concerned of how we were doing in school, always concerned if we missed a day. He attended my graduation. I even did my senior project as an interview with him, which everybody loved. His children, Leah, Marcia, Lisa, Lori, and Jamie. I know what trouble they're going through right now. Just as this was my last grandparent, this was their last parent. All of us just getting over the fact that Grandma passed away. We expected a good 5 to 10 more years out of Grandpa. But I guess the Lord thought it was his time. He had to go. It's sad that he went so quickly, but God picked a pretty good time, considering it was their anniversary the next day. So he got to spend his anniversary with his wife. Grandma and Grandpa were not like a conventional couple. They rarely fought. And if they did, it was for like 10 seconds, if that. He always did everything he could to make sure she was taken care of. And then the day she passed, I saw him fall apart. Grandpa went through a lot of grief mourning her passing. But eventually in time, he got to where he was okay with it because he was going to be able to see her again soon. So he met himself a new girl, Ruth. I didn't know Ruth that well. She came along after I had moved. But everybody said she was a very good person and good for our grandfather. Grandpa will definitely be missed. I have my random moments where I just break down myself because I can't believe I'll never see him again. Not physically, but when my time comes to where I have to go and meet the Maker, I'll see him again. Some people believe that he knew his time was coming, so he got everything in order, and it was like it was a sign that he was about to go. He had a heart attack late one night. Yesterday, actually. And as soon as I heard the word heart attack, I felt horrible because I feared the worst was about to happen. And it did. I can't believe he's gone. I never really got to tell him goodbye or tell him how much I loved him. Grandpa taught me so many things. He taught me a lot about farming. He bought me my first razor. He taught me how to be the man of the house whenever living with Mom and Hunter and no dad around. I loved Grandpa very much. And even though it's hard to think about, I like to think about all the good times I shared with him. And that one day I'll see him again. I'm asking that everybody keeps my family and Grandpa's friends in their prayers, because right now everyone needs each other more than anything right now. We all have to stick together so we can all get through this. I am very distraught. I don't know what I'm going to do without him. He always understood me so well. I had a few minor arguments with him, but nothing ever escalated to something to where I never wanted to talk to him again. I loved him very much. And I would do anything just to see him one more time, so I could show him that what he meant to me. I'm going to close this video with saying I am very sorry to his children, my mother, and my aunts, and my uncles. I pray that you will get through this. I really do. We will all stick together. We will all make sure we all get through this. Grandpa, we love you. We miss you. You will definitely be missed. I'm glad I got to know you so well. Thank you, Lord, for giving me the chance to get to know my grandfather and my grandmother. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my tribute to Vernon Gomez and Martha Jo Gomez.